Getting your foot in the door for a new career can feel impossible, especially when you're looking at job descriptions that list requirements you just don't have. What if you could see exactly how a real person with a similar background turned an interview for a job they weren't technically qualified for into a job offer? Today, we're going to break down a real interview transcript with a candidate we'll call Sarah. She was a medical receptionist with a background in retail, applying for a clinical research assistant position, a significant step up. She was moving to a new town for her partner and didn't have the specific experience listed, but she got the job. By the end of this video, you will learn the exact strategy she used. Strategies you can emulate to show passion, demonstrate potential, and convince a hiring manager that you are the right person for the job, even if your resume doesn't tick every single box. The first question in most interviews is, "Tell me about yourself." This is not the time to just list your jobs, it's the time to tell a story. Sarah's story was powerful because it connected her past, present, and future into one clear narrative. Listen to how she frames her journey. She starts with her background. "I had worked in retail and customer service for a very long time, but I knew that I wanted to do something more and utilize the skills that I had learned when I went to college." She didn't dismiss her retail experience. Instead, she framed it as the starting point that created her desire for more. Then she explains her transition into healthcare not as a random jump, but as a deliberate choice driven by purpose. She says, "I wanted to be a part of something and be a support to people, and I've been doing it for almost 2 years, and I absolutely love it." The takeaway: don't just list your jobs, connect them. Show the interviewer why you made the choices you did. Your story should demonstrate a clear progression toward the very job you're interviewing for. This is the most critical part. Sarah knew she was missing some of the listed requirements. Instead of waiting for the interviewer to point it out, she addressed it proactively. This shows self-awareness and confidence. Here's the masterclass moment. She says, "I had seen the post. I saw some requirements that I don't have, but I had expressed that I was willing to learn anything. I feel like healthcare is very complex and you have to easily adapt, and I feel I've always been that way." Notice what she did. She acknowledged the gap, immediately followed it with a powerful statement of her willingness to learn, and then connected it to a core strength: adaptability. She turned a potential negative into a huge positive. She didn't just say she was adaptable, she explained why that trait is essential in her field. Every candidate says they're passionate. Sarah showed it by explaining the meaning she finds in her work. Her passion wasn't about the tasks, it was about the impact on people. Listen to how she elevates her role as a medical receptionist. "When I tell people I'm a medical receptionist, sometimes they'll be like, 'Oh, I'm just a medical receptionist.' And they're like, 'You're not just, you do a lot.' I'm the first person that people see when they walk in the door." She shows pride and understanding of her role's importance. Then she connects it directly to the vulnerable patients she works with. She says, "Working in urology, we have a lot of prostate cancer patients. That can be a lot for people to handle, but it's nice being a part of the answer for them." Being a part of the answer for them. That one phrase shows more passion and empathy than 100 cliches. Find the why behind your work and share it. Sarah proved she was genuinely interested in this specific company, not just any job. She came prepared. She told the interviewers, "I know you guys are a startup, so I had watched the video and read throughout the website on what you guys do." But she didn't stop there. The key is to use your research to ask intelligent questions. She immediately followed up with, "But I would love to hear a little bit more about the position." This is the perfect formula. State what you learned from your research. Use that as a springboard to ask a question that invites them to talk. It shows you're prepared, curious, and respectful of their time. Hiring and training is expensive. Companies want to know you're going to stick around. This is especially true in a location like Yuma, which has a transient military population. Sarah understood this and directly addressed it. When asked how long she'll be in Yuma, she explains her partner's military commitment and then adds the crucial detail: "We plan to stay, because he wants to work in the reserves of civilians, so we're never going to go anywhere for a little while. She didn't just answer the question, she provided reassurance. By explaining their plan to stay after the military obligation, she removed a major hiring risk and positioned herself as a stable, long-term investment. The end of the interview is your final chance to make an impression. The interviewer gave Sarah some homework to check out their social media channels to learn more about the industry. Her response was perfect. She showed enthusiasm and confirmed she would follow through. All right, guys, well, I'll definitely look into all this. Took my handy dandy notes, and I will get back to you and Dora. This simple act does two things. It shows she's coachable and eager to learn, and it reinforces that she's serious about the opportunity. She didn't just say, okay, she confirmed she took notes and would follow up. So let's recap the winning strategies from Sarah's real life interview. Craft a compelling narrative. Connect your past, present, and future into a purposeful story. Address weaknesses head on. Acknowledge what you don't know and pivot to your eagerness to learn. Show, don't tell, your passion. Find the human impact in your work and share it. Do your homework, research the company, and ask intelligent questions. Signal long-term commitment. Reassure them you are a stable investment. Embrace the next steps. End the interview with enthusiasm and a clear plan to follow through. Sarah's success wasn't about having the perfect resume. It was about perfectly communicating her potential, her passion, and her purpose. By using these strategies, you can turn any interview into an opportunity to show a company not just what you've done, but who you are and what you can become. Which one of these strategies will you use in your next interview? Let us know in the comments below.